Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. And today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we are talking about the spell Magic Circle. We are giving this spell a C-. I'm not a big fan of this spell. It's got a bunch of limitations. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like this video. Hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment. All right, so it is a third-level spell that is usable by clerics, paladins, warlocks, wizards, and arcana domain clerics, which means they get it for free on a domain list. It takes a minute to cast, so that's the first thing I don't like about this spell is it takes too long to cast, so it's not really super useful in combat because you're not really, most combats don't last for 10 rounds, to be perfectly honest. It has a range of 10 feet, and it has a radius of 10 feet, essentially. Verbal, somatic, and material component, which is holy water or powdered silver or iron worth 100 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. So again, another kind of strike against the spell is it has a material component that is costly and is consumed with the spell. It only lasts for an hour. It is abjuration, and there is a charisma save involved. So you create a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder. So if you're going to keep something in it, it cannot break the area, so it can't be taller than 20 feet or larger than a 10-foot radius, which a 10-foot radius actually is pretty big. So of magical entities centered on a point on the ground that you can see within range, glowing ruins appear whenever the circle intersects with the floor or other surface. You get to choose one or more of the following types of creatures: celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. And then it affects the creatures in a very specific manner. So the creatures can't willingly enter, or if you can get them inside, they cannot exit. So that's that last bullet. When you cast the spell, you can elect to cause its magic to operate in the reverse direction, preventing a creature of a specified type from leaving the cylinder and protecting targets outside. So that would mean getting it inside to the area. So if the creature tries to use a teleportation or interplanar travel, which a lot of celestials and fiends have, some fae have, then it gets to make a charisma saving throw. If it succeeds, it gets out. So there is that too. So the creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets within the cylinder. If you put them inside, then it has attack rolls against targets outside the cylinder, which means it can still attack. Targets within the cylinder cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed, or if it's inside, it's the reverse. So it can't leave if it's inside, but it can still attack. If you're inside, it can't get in, but it can still attack you. It just has disadvantage. So for something that costs 100 gold and takes a minute to cast, I would, and older versions of this spell do not allow them to attack anything outside or inside. And this one only lasts for an hour. You can upcast it, and it'll increase the duration for another hour. I actually think that this should be a ritual spell, and it's not. So if it was a ritual spell, I could stomach the 100 gold spell consumption material component, but it's not. So this could be a better spell. I don't think it's great in combat. It could be okay near combat. It could be part of like a role-playing mechanic for players who want to summon things and then put them inside for some reason. I find this to be more of a DM's tool for DMs to use to give explanations for creatures being here. But again, it only lasts for an hour, and it's not permanent. So there is that. Maybe the DM has some explanation as to why it's permanent. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.